Hello to my freedom-seeking friends at Freedom Law School. In this presentation, I will cover for you why writing the IRS most of the time is a waste of time. Yes, don't take your time to answer these people because it's just not necessary most often. There is a certain times that you do have to and should respond. I will mention that to you, but most often you can just sleep easy. So, okay, we have to start over again? Okay, we start again momentarily, guys. Let me know when, guys, and get the clock started also. Hello to my truth and freedom-seeking friends. In this presentation, I will show you why writing to the IRS most often is not necessary. You can simply ignore them. There is a small minority of times that you should respond to them, and I will tell you about that as well. But most often, you can just relax and enjoy your life. My name is Peymon Mottahedeh. I am the president of Freedom Law School, which I started in 1996, and for over 30 years, I have not filed or paid any federal income taxes, never been to prison for not filing or paying income tax either, and none of my students who came to me clean has ever gone to jail or lost even $1 by IRS taking it from them by force. So with that, I'm going to give you the exciting news about freedom. Go to freedomlawschool.org, our website always, for more education and freedom for you. This is typical. You see, I covered this before. IRS send out these phishing letters, from IRS's offices like in Austin, Texas. You need to file your tax return. And here's another one they sent out again from IRS office in Austin, Texas, telling you must file your tax return for 2023. Here's another one now. Here's again from IRS in Cincinnati saying, please file your missing returns. As I covered before, these are all simply phishing letters, okay? They try to get you hooked into a response. Call them or write them and make yourself a target. Yes, you make yourself a target by writing to the IRS saying, hi, come and get me. I'm willing to talk to you. I'm afraid, or I'm not afraid of you. You want to come and challenge me? Either way, you don't need to do any of that stuff, folks, okay? What you need to know is simply this. There is a progression of letters IRS sends out before they can come after you. Yes, they actually have a program, a series of letters pre-programmed to send out to you, okay? And we're going to update this thing on our website that we have. This list here is a little bit old, but it's 95% about the same. And we're going to update that for you on our website. So don't worry about the IRS, but the one you should be concerned about, I will show you momentarily. It's a notice of deficiency. I'll cover that before again, that if they want to come after you, IRS must, by law, Section 6212, send you this, what they call a notice of deficiency, to claim that you owe the money. You can go to tax court, and here is Section 6213 says, as long as you do go to tax court, IRS cannot touch you at all, okay? No levy at all, nothing for your collection of any tax can be done on your money if you challenge them, and you should. This is the main letter that you should challenge by going to tax court. Yes, I mean it. You should challenge the IRS, and tax court is your number one place to challenge the IRS most often, okay? So here it is. You challenge these, the rest of them, you don't do that. Now, what happens out there, most freedom lovers have heard before Freedom Law School of some baseless legal theories. I'll call them patriot myths. These things are all baseless nonsense that get people in trouble, okay? And I'm going to warn you about that. And these are the ones that has people responding to the IRS and potentially getting you in trouble with the IRS by getting attention from them that you don't want, right? So here it is. These are the most common ones, patriot myths out there. Common law versus statutory ad maritime jurisdiction arguments. Anything having to do with Uniform Commercial Code or UCC. Revocation of election, that one's very much in vogue these days. Sovereign, national, or state citizenship theories. 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution related theories. The claim that you have a U.S. Treasury account money based on your birth certificate, which was sold to U.S. Department of Commerce by the county recorder's office where you were born at. Strawman, redemption, expatriation, repatriation theories. Yellow French flag arguments. Copyrighting your name. Objecting to your name in all capital letters. That's not you. That's a straw man. Corporate debt, fictional entity. You know, because it's not upper lowercase as the proper English language says it, right? Nonsense, folks. I write in my legal briefs things in all caps so it stands out. That's it. There's no conspiracy behind it. Oh, we wrote your name, all caps, so you think it's you. It's your straw man, actually, we're talking about. And you were fooled to respond to the straw man when you shouldn't. See, this is the nonsense that's out there. There's a few more of that. The one less common one you heard. Well, the one I started was, back in 92, was taxes are based on adhesion contracts that government tricked you into entering. Missing 13th Amendment arguments. Yeah, here are some more common ones out there. Not using zip code in your mail, okay? BAR means a British Accredited Registry, which is not true. It's a bunch of baloney. Notice to agent is notice to principal, okay? See, and folks, I'm sending a letter for you guys, for our members. I'm going to send it out to them to watch out for these things. These patriot myths, they look and feel great. They sound wonderful, okay? But bottom line is, they are utter baseless or misreading and misunderstanding of these laws. And I started with these patriot mythologies back in 1992. Yes. And then eventually when I looked up the law for myself in the law library, that's when I get to see, oh, this stuff is wrong. It's out of context. Okay? And I abandoned it, did the right things. But I've seen many people get in trouble by relying on stuff that does not work. That simply. You cannot rely on stuff that does not have any real solid basis in the law. That's why Freedom Law School urges you to follow U.S. government's official legal websites. And more importantly, please don't treat yourself like religion. Some people just say, no, Peymon, you're wrong. You just don't like these guys. You don't like competition. You're just putting other guys down. No, I'm not trying to put anybody down. The people that promote these theories are good people. They're freedom lovers. But they were misled. And now they are misleading you unintentionally like I did back in 92 and 93. I misled people also. They're no better. But when I was corrected, I was glad I was corrected, and I did the right thing, and I told everybody that I knew that had misled, folks, I made a mistake, sorry, let me give you the complete information. Now, some of the stuff that I was taught was right back in 92, but some of it was also wrong. So you want to do the same thing. Keep an open mind about educating yourself. We only rely at Freedom Law School on officially published legal websites of the U.S. government, okay? And that is also what you want to do to be free. So having said that, again, if you go to Odyssey, Rumble, or YouTube channel, all you gotta do is search on these theories, on a search, for example, on these things, type in there, for example, revocation of election, and type in there, and I got a video on many of these topics that by searching on there, they will come up. Here's 2 videos on revocation of election, for example, okay? Now, here's an example of a guy who did sovereign citizen stuff back in 18, okay? Bruce Doucette, sentenced to 38 years in prison. Now that's excessive. It's crazy to give someone that much prison time. The guy's going to die in jail. Look at this, got white hair. These crooked courts are out of control. So I'm not excusing the crooked courts at all for being so oppressive, but the guy was doing nonsense and teaching how people do nonsense. Don't fall for that, okay? So another example I can give you, you all heard about this guy, Wesley Snipes. Yes, he was indicted by the federal government, okay, back in 2006, was convicted, went to prison, okay, and Wesley Snipes, here's his indictment. In Florida, they had charged him, right? And if you look at the indictment, what they charged him with the grand jury, look at the stuff he did, okay? On or about November 30th, 2003, Snipes caused to be sent to the Secretary of Treasury a fictitious bill of exchange signed by him, Snipes, fraudulently claimed, denominated in an amount of $1 million. Oh my gosh. And guess what? He did another one on or about January 18, 2001. Snipes did the same bill of exchange, this time in the amount of $12 million to pay off his old tax debts, and literally asked the IRS to pay off my old tax debts and give me the refund on the birth certificate. You captured my labor with my straw man, in my treasury account, with the bill of exchange. I'm now, site draft. I'm getting my access to my treasury account money you got based upon your capture of my birth certificate. Here, pays off my debt to the IRS that I have, and at the same time give me a refund. That's why he got in trouble. Had he not done that, he would have been fine. So you don't want to respond to the IRS. These nonsense letters that people are sending out that can potentially get you in trouble. Remember this. None of my students at Freedom Law School that came to Freedom Law School clean, stop filing and paying income tax with Freedom Law School, not some patriot mythology and nonsense, has ever gone on tax prison, nor had their bank account or paycheck taken, property, home seized by the IRS since 2001. Because I do it right, and that's why you see IRS cannot touch me there, because I know the law better than they, and they just hope that you never hear about Freedom Law School, where you are, and more of you are waking up. And you got to realize this: there's way too many of us, and not enough of them. That's right, there's only 19 tax court judges, when according to the IRS, there's 63 million non-filers. That's right, look at this. This is a letter from the IRS to Paper Tiger in Washington, D.C. back in 1998. They wrote this letter from IRS Commissioner Rosati's own office, saying that based on the 1996 tax filing program, IRS estimates there are approximately 63 million taxpayers who have not filed a tax return and initially would appear to have a legal requirement to file. So this is not somebody who made only $500 or $2,000 a year. They made above the minimum exemption amount. Over 63 million non-filers. It's a guess. Probably more than that. All based upon the W-2 1099 information that third parties falsely send to the IRS about your claiming you have taxable income, which you do not. You owe nothing to the federal government. And they say this estimate is based on data available to service on the individual master file. So let me show you the good news, everybody. Watch this grasshopper in Hopper and from a Bug's Life video. They are the system, the deep state, the crooks in government, the bankers, politicians, the special interests with money to buy the politicians, and the crooked judges, DOJ, FBI, IRS, CIA. That's them. There's too few of them, not too many of us. And if you ever figure that out, there goes their way of life. And you'll be rich and prosperous once again. Here we go. Let's watch this short video under a minute.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss. They're puny.
Puny. Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant.
Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
How about this? You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
Yeah. They know that it's about keeping you in line more than just food. It's keeping you in line as a slave. Okay? They know we outnumber it to just bury them. With too many of us, they can't get to all of us. Okay? Yes, this one ant, Freedom Law School, Peymon Mottahedeh, stood up to them. I have for over 30 years. If you join me and other truth and freedom seekers out there like yourself, there's no way they can stop us. No way! We just gotta go and talk to other people about it and work together and band together. That is the trick, folks. If you get that, you'll be free. America will be free as well in this great country. So what you want to do, instead of writing to the IRS, write your congressman. Yes, write petitions to the lawmakers that's supposed to represent you and U.S. government, okay? Step 5 of our 7 steps to be free is petition the congressman. We have them on our petition page for individual income taxes, employment taxes, and self-employment tax and 1099s. Here, by the way, on this page we have also free yourself from income tax withholding, legally and safely. Haven't been there? Click on that. If you do, you will learn how you can legally and safely stop your employer from stealing income taxes out of your paycheck. You get to keep that money and no need to file a 1040 form by next April 15th to get a little bit of that money back. No, stop the thievery to begin with. All right? Now, let me show you your petitions. Here it is, the front page of the individual income tax petition with the laws all quoted and attached from U.S. government's official legal websites verbatim. Okay? Now, and that end of that letter, we ask you as your congressman to show you if you're wrong. If they can show you, after read everything you have in here, all the laws attached, that you do income taxes, you let them know you will gladly pay all taxes due and will consider such payment to be your fair share. That's right. You're not a cheat. You'll pay your fair share according to the law. We, the American people, have been deceived as a nation. We become a Gulliver that's been tied down by all these, bureaucrats. Okay? And people in corruption. Federal government, we got to wake up and take our country back. That's all we got to do. And we ask the congressman to stop all this, to stop this, expose the truth about this government renegade conspiracy, and put an end to impoverishing Americans. Either or, they got to do that. This is what you do. You ask your congressman to do independent research to verify all this stuff and take action about it, not to the IRS. The dog is the IRS. Why talk to stupid Doug? Doug, talk to the owner of the dog. If you write them, folks, these IRS people are so low intelligence people. Off the street, they get them. Literally. Anybody comes in here, got a job. Low intelligence, I don't care. In fact, if you feel racial, sexual, gender, these classifications of, that they wanted you to have, better. They hire you based upon that, not competence. These people are not intelligent. They're not trained to understand the law. They know nothing, IRS employees, about the Internal Revenue Code, the Bible of the IRS. They don't know nothing about this. I mean, look, CPAs and even accountants know nothing about this. And also tax attorneys. They don't really read this stuff, okay? Very, very few people know a little bit about this law. They just know what they gotta do to keep the job. They do as what the supervisor tells them, which goes all the way top to the deep state that runs down the government bureaucracy. Write your congressman, but not the IRS is the way for you to go to be free, okay? So the other option you got, by the way, is join hands with other fellow freedom-loving Americans like yourself. If you want to do something for freedom, do this. It's optional, and I recommend it, although you don't have to do that. Yes, we come together, okay, and restore freedom in America. There's a plan to restore freedom. That's why it's called the Restore Freedom Plan. I invite you to join, and you're 100% secure. You will not have any money taken by the IRS. You will not go to prison. If they ever come after you, guess what? We do all the work, paid attorneys, and even reimburse you whatever IRS may steal from you, make you whole, with zero risk for you. Okay? So all the benefits are described here for the prime purpose of restoring freedom in America, right? And you have a right to this. This is guaranteed by First Amendment. You can go to your congressman and write to them, and you should. It's your right, it's your duty as an American, and have the change come by following the law, by following the system. You get all these benefits coming to you included in your membership, okay? So remember to tell everybody about it, folks. Love everyone you know. Give them a chance. Share our videos. Share our website. On your social media, text them, email them, or our brochures, Restore Freedom brochures, that tell them the truth, right? We'll send them to you at no charge for free to get them out to everybody that you know will pay you to pass them out. Everybody, and you know, it's a win-win deal to get our country back, have America be a free country once again. And to folks, to sign up is really easy. The application is right there in the top center. Click on that, okay, and agree to the terms. Put out free information right here, and you know exactly, you know how much your membership will be, which is basically 30% of what you would have otherwise paid. It's really slavery IRS. That's right. Instead of paying $10,000 to the IRS, you keep $7,000. Don't file the 10th rate from under penalty of perjury, and only contribute $3,000 remainder to restore freedom for you, for your family, for all the Americans. So with that, hope you get the answers right there at our website. freedomlawschool.org is where you want to go, where you want to be, and that's where you find the answers. As you drive around, listen to our videos, okay? As you drive around, educate yourself, and then at lunch or dinner, watch our videos, this time carefully, and verify the truth for yourself that no law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income tax based on U.S. government official legal websites at freedomlawschool.org. I give you all my love. Wish you all freedom, peace, joy, love, and prosperity. Thank you for being with me. Okay, brothers and sisters, now I am yours. I'm here to help you answer some questions for you, one at a time, one-on-one. By the way, if you have questions, you can also email them to us or mail it to us. Let us know it's for the Freedom Hour, and in advance, I'll answer them here. Just make sure you call, make sure we got your email or message, okay, or documentation, I should say. And I'll go over it. Up to 10 pages for free. More than that, 10 pages, I'll scan them, and I'll do my best. Sometimes you need a one-on-one private consultation, but I will do my best to answer your question in this Freedom Hour whenever possible, okay? So, let's go to the questions people have on there right now. Let's put the number on the screen to get the question answered, because it doesn't have any list on here right now, okay? So before we go to questions, let me announce the number one more time. The number to call is 424-552-0960. 1299, and you press 1 on your telephone keypad to be added to the list of people with questions. Again, the number is 424-552-1299, and then press 1 on your telephone keypad. Now I'll take a question. Questions. Right now we have 2 callers. One from area code 714, Orange County, California, where I used to live, and 406 area code. All right, from area code 714 caller, please give me your name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, Peymon, this is Ken, and I heard about you in 2020. A couple people online, and missed you a couple years, and I still am hanging myself in that 1040. And then I have another question.
I'm sorry, how did you hear about us, you said?
I heard you through this Bitcoin guy called Tone Bays on YouTube, and then I've been hearing you, and then I've been kind of following you for a while. I missed you, and then I'm Dr. Lee Merritt, and so I have been following you. I'm in California, and so you've always kind of been there, and I forget about you. But I'm married, joint filed, and I go to taxes with my mom. So my wife probably not on board with everything that I'm looking at, because I haven't even told her. But the question is, and then probably is the question, what do you do with the spouses that don't know? It's probably the second question. The first question is, I have been on a Bitcoin exchange buying Bitcoin the last couple of years. For some reason, I took some out in December and basically got a capital gain of $1,100, not that much. I did file my 1040, and I did put joint digital assets. I put yes, and I did give a 1099B to my lady. And then last week, I got a letter from the IRS from Austin, said reporting virtual currency transactions, and it's from this manager called Offshore Compliance Initiative, which I looked up. It's from the Justice Department the last couple of years. And basically, they're just saying, we have information that you have had one or more accounts containing virtual currency, but may not know their requirements for reporting transactions involving virtual currency, which include cryptocurrency. What you need to do, it says, after reviewing the information below, if you believe you didn't accurately report your virtual currency transactions on a federal income tax return, you should file amended returns on delinquent returns if you didn't file a return one or more taxable years. So I guess my question is, I did say yes to it. I did report the capital gains, and then they gave you this letter. This is the first time regarding any kind of Bitcoin exchange, so I guess I was flagged. And is it a phishing thing? I'm not sure. I do listen to you, and I don't know. I'm sure if it's just them trying to get back to them. What's your thoughts on that?
It is exactly that, a phishing letter. Not quite like the ones I showed you, but it is a phishing letter. They're hoping you see the IRS's emblem, sign, and address, say, whoa, they are catching up with me. There's someone noticing me. Oh, my gosh. Hey, there's David and Charlie and Susan say, guys, Ken, he's got crypto. Oh, let's go after him. No, let's sucker him into just on his own admit he owes us more money. That's all they're trying to do. If you don't respond, nothing's going to happen. 99.999% of the time. Okay?
That's what I thought. And
yeah. And no more 1040 filings, and your wife have her sit down with you after dinner and watch the video. Say, honey, I love you. I got you. Get the best dinner you could ever have. Bring it in. No dinner for you. Don't worry, cook it. I got a special surprise for you. Tonight I want you to have dinner with me on me. I don't care what she likes. Bring the best steak, seafood, whatever she likes. Bring it in with wine and dine her. And say, honey, I need you an hour of your time. Please sit down with me and help me make sure. I don't want to be in trouble with the IRS. I found this place that says we don't have to rely on an accountant to make a mistake that get us in trouble. I want to be safe. So do you. Let's not rely on these accountants. Let's make sure we follow the law. Watch this with me. Start with our first 10-minute video on the front page of our website. Okay? Go to 7 steps. Okay? And then when you go down to step 1, follow the law, right there. That 10-minute video, start with that so she can see that no law requires 99% of Americans to file income taxes. And then go through a video in each step, and then come back to them again. The question will be answered. You got to educate your spouse. All right? Any other questions, Ken?
All right, Peymon. No, thank you very much. I think a lot of my boys are on board. We're just we're getting killed in taxes over here in California. So,
well, why don't you leave? I still been in California. I left. Why are you still staying there?
I hear. I don't know. My mom's here still, and it's just it'll be time. I hear you. A lot of people are already looking. They have left. I work in the medical industry, so there's probably jobs out there. So
bring them all.
It's on my list.
Before they get too old, bring them now. Before your mom gets too old to move, bring her now. Before children get any more older, get used to that calmer state, bring them now. So come for a visit first, though, okay?
Okay. All right, Peymon. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for calling. We got 2 more calls after 406 area code caller, 805 and 612 area code callers. But let's go to Montana, to 406 area code caller. Give me your first name, my friend, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, my name's Tyler. I found you just from doing a Rumble search a couple years ago, looking into how I could stop paying or reduce my payments for the federal income tax. And I found your videos and it's been super helpful. I've gone through a lot of videos on your page, and I did send the letters with certified mail to my state representatives and congressmen. So I didn't pay taxes last year for the federal income tax or the state tax, or this year. And I looked up the state law. They reference the same 7701 section for the state tax law as well. So I'm not applicable to that. And so I just want to thank you, man. That's been huge not paying that. Got myself out of debt. And this year I'm set up nice with my business. I can start putting some money in savings, and I was hoping to even start doing some investing, whether it's some crypto or some stocks or something. One of the things I was looking at is in Robinhood trading app, under one of their sections of their customer agreement, you're agreeing to, you're declaring yourself a U.S. person under their customer agreement, section 18.3. It says,
I know what it says.
You certified.
I know. You say,
okay.
Look, here's the thing about it. You claim that you're a U.S. citizen, but you're not. You are not a U.S. citizen for tax purposes.
Yep.
You are a U.S. citizen for nationality purposes, okay? So, having said that, what you need to do is fill out the form under duress by computer under the force you, then send a letter telling them, hey, this is done under duress, okay? I'm not a U.S. citizen for tax purposes, but I am one for nationality purposes. Send it by certified mail. Keep a copy of that letter and a certified slip for future reference in case necessary. So we're going to put the letter about, this is a W-9 form they try to get from you, basically. Essentially a W-9 form online. So we're going to put that on our website very soon, but right now, for our members, we have it available for free, but I'm going to make some adjustments to put it out there on our website. But that's not a problem. Fill it out as it is, go on and live, but try as much as you can. Rather than using an exchange, use a wallet, okay? Try if I get some crypto for someone privately, that will be the best way to go. You can pay them with cash or check and then send crypto to your account. Not go through an exchange will be ideal if you can do that, all right? Any other questions, Tyler?
No, that pretty well covers it. I guess for the letter, for being under duress to sign that, is that if it would be to the IRS if they do come after me, that checking that box was under duress.
The box on the form that Robinhood gave you, is that what you mean?
Yep, it's just checking a box to agree to their customer agreement, which has that section in there about being a U.S. person.
Right.
In Section 7701 of the tax law.
Right.
So if that is agreeing to that under duress, that's something I got to take up with the IRS if they ever did come after me?
That's why you want to write a letter to them to make a record clear in writing that you did that under duress. They forced you to do business with you. And Coinbase, everybody does the same thing. So that's why you're doing that.
So preemptively send them a letter saying that you had to file this under duress?
That's right. Otherwise, you guys would not even open an account for me. And you say you clarify what you said. I'm a U.S. citizen, but you didn't say for what purpose. Your form didn't say. Well, I want to make it clear for you. I am a U.S. citizen for nationality purposes. I'm an American. I was born here. But for tax purposes, I am not a U.S. citizen, which is a District of Columbia citizen. Okay? That's what your letter clarifies. And for future reference, they cannot use that form against you because your explanation makes it all very, very clear. Okay?
Okay. Is there a wallet you'd recommend?
Is there a what?
Is there a crypto wallet you would recommend out there?
There's several good ones out there. I mean, I heard about Trust.io, heard about Exodus, I heard about, there's several people that tell me different wallets out there. I recommend just use several of them, ask around. I can't recommend any one of them. I'm saying there's many of them out there. But go look online and try different ones, see what you like. Yeah. I'm not that much into crypto expert to tell you. Okay?
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, and thanks for sharing this information. It's been great, so I appreciate everything you're doing.
You're welcome, Tyler. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for supporting kind words. Let's go. We have now two other callers on the call right now. 805 caller, followed by the 925 area code caller. The 612 area caller looks like dropped off. So 805 area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, Peymon, my name is Chris. I called last week from California and heard about you through the internet years ago. I sent you in some documents to check out regarding 2020 non-filing.
Hold on, I don't have that. Guys, anybody back there knows the letter he's talking about? Because I don't have it here in front of me. Did you call to make sure that it was received and it would be put in front of me before you called?
No, I sent it in yesterday.
Yeah. You got to call everybody when you send a letter that it's for me, for the Freedom Hour, and because it could be from one of our students. And we save it in our system from our students because we want to know what's going on and help them out. But, and that stuff takes 24 to 48 hours or sometimes longer. So if it's for the Freedom Hour, you got to call. Let us know this is special. Hey, get that, put it in front of Peymon, okay? So what time did you send it approximately to what email?
To questions.
Okay.
And it was around...
About what time?
Sorry, it was, I sent it in on June 10th.
You sent the questions email. Go look at questions email. What's your first name again? You're Chris. You put on the letter. Is it sender Chris? Okay. Well, just look for it. Just look for it under questions. Okay. He said send yesterday, so it should be there. Chris. Okay. Chris, we're gonna go look for your letter. If it's here, we'll take you back. But in the future, save time for all of us, folks. Call. Make sure we got your letter, and it's gonna be in front of me. Okay. Otherwise, we're gonna be wasting everybody's time. Maybe we don't even have it here. So let me come back to you, Chris, okay?
Yeah, Peymon, it looks like it was sent June 10th at
You sent it to us June 10th, a week ago? Okay. June 10th, guys, a week ago he sent it to us. Not now. Okay. All right. Let's make sure you in the future, guys, get everything to us on time. Let us know. Communicate beforehand, not on the live show to look for the letter, okay? It's not automatic that everything comes in front of me because I'm so busy, okay? So let's put you on hold right now, and I'll come back to you, okay, my friend? So let's go for right now to the next call from area code 925. 925 area code called. You're live with Freedom Law School.
Hi.
What's your name? How do you hear about us? And then your question, please.
Hi, my name is Dave. I was a former member a year and a half ago, approximately, but I got laid off, and so I haven't been able to get back on. After all these, I haven't done any confessions for over a couple decades with anybody. The problem is I had this ongoing issue with the local California board, and they, after about, I haven't heard from them for about 4 or 5 years. Previously took a lead on work I was doing a while back. That was 7 years ago, and then 4 or 5 years ago they sent me a couple letters, and I haven't heard from them since. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I get this bill due notice, and it's ridiculous, a number that they think I owe them from 20 years ago, 04, 05, 06. I'm like, what in the heck? What happened here? And so I've been laid off and for the last year and a half, and I have, let's see, I thought everything was okay, and I guess it wasn't. I'm like, what are these people trying to do to me? Anyway, I recently had to apply for Medi-Cal because I had an injury. And then also, that may have triggered something, I suppose, in the California system, but I don't know. So now I'm not sure how to respond to this. Could you shed some light on this balance due notice? After 4 or 5 years, I haven't received anything from them, and now 4 or 5 years later, I'm receiving this, and this is 20 years ago, where I had a lot of borrowed money going through my account. I was refinancing and doing a bunch of that kind of stuff when I actually had a little bit of money, and I refinanced a couple times, and there was all borrowed. Most of it was borrowed money going through my account. So they're assuming that, and that's when I stopped doing anything, stopped confessing anything, and then they assumed all of a sudden, hey, let's fund that new higher speed rail project we've been talking about for the last 20 years, and we need more money for that or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm like, this is crazy, So I'm not sure what to do or how to respond.
Let me see a letter, my friend. Without a letter in front of me, I cannot comment on it. I gotta see what you got.
Okay.
All I can tell you without seeing a letter is this. Okay, IRS has 10 years to collect the taxes by federal law. California got given its tax authorities 20 years to collect the taxes.
Yeah.
Yep. And they get renewed for another 20 years if they want to. So it's an old debt. That's what it is. There's not much you can do to do anything about it. Just leave California. Why staying in that communist state, Dave? You are a freedom lover.
Yes. I know. It's like I've been here a lot in my life. I like the church I go to right now and all that kind of stuff, and I'm helping a couple people out and not getting paid, but I'm kind of living pretty cheaply at the moment. But eventually I do plan to leave, and so it's been an ongoing issue with me, though, this whole thing. I don't know. If I'm not being a member, though, again, I could start probably sending payments for a membership again, but I don't know. Would you be able to look at this letter even so, even though I'm not a member still?
Well, yeah, for the Freedom Hour, of course. Anybody can Freedom Hour send me a letter to review.
Okay, I can email it to you, I guess. And do I just email it to a general mailbox or?
Students at freedomlawschool.org.
Okay, so general, at freedomlawschool.org. Okay, thank you so much, Peymon, for your help.
You're welcome, man.
All right, thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, my friend. This is it. Okay, it's fine. Go to the next caller. We're going out to the area code back to 805 area code caller. Okay, let's go to the 805 caller. Chris back online. All right, Chris, are you there now? Chris, you're back with me. Are you there? I got your paperwork here.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Okay. So I see what you got here, Chris, from Ohio, California. And here, this letter by the IRS report of income tax examination changes. Claim because of your credit card transactions. You did accept the credit cards. You owe them $42,000 to claim. But what you sent me does not have the front pages. You only send me the inside. Okay, there's 4 pages. I need to see the whole thing. Not just these 5 pages you sent me. Send the whole thing, my friend, then I can comment on it. I don't know what this letter is, a no sufficiency or a 30-day letter. It doesn't say, because the front page is not included. Okay?
I think down the bottom it says.
No, it doesn't say that at the bottom. No, it doesn't say that. It's not there. I know it's not there. Okay? So, but what I do see is, on the top page, it says date is October 23rd, 2023. That's over a year and a half ago.
Huh?
So,
Yep.
I don't understand. Again, guys, gotta give me the complete paperwork. I'm not a magician to read with x-ray vision your letters. Okay, get the whole thing. Next week we'll talk again, okay? And next time call, make sure we get it for 3 hours so we don't delay time, my friend, okay? I'll have to help you because this looks like it's very old, over a year old. I don't know what's going on here. All right? So with that,
Okay,
we're
one
gonna
more
go
question.
any other question before I get to the next caller?
Yeah, one more question. I received a 1099 from using Square app for credit card processing,
Okay.
and California FTP says they want me to turn that in. I'm wondering, do I need to do that for the IRS as well?
Nope. Any other questions?
So the California one I have to do, but the IRS one I don't?
California, you don't have to necessarily either, because they do follow the federal law. I just want you to know that they're very aggressive and organized. The FTB, California Franchise Tax Board, IRS is not. So can I give you a blanket yes or no answer like that? I'm not a magician, guys. These things with states are different. Their own countries. So you if you plan to leave the state, you can say goodbye to California if you're going to leave soon. If not, you may want to file with them, maybe not. I cannot tell you without a detailed consultation with you about the specifics of your situation, my friend. Okay?
Okay, so I should resubmit the more pages?
You need to send everything in that package that came to you. Okay? They didn't send you this five pages, Chris. They sent you 10 or 20 pages, whatever that is. The whole thing, I got to see it, not just part of it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You may want a one-on-one consultation, because they claim that you owe them a good chunk of about $42,000. Okay? So, but I don't understand. This is dated October 2023. When did you get this letter in the mail?
I was out of the state for a while and came back and found these.
You don't answer my question. When did you get it? A year ago?
I must have got it then.
A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
A week ago? When?
A year and a half ago.
Okay, it's too late. Don't worry about it. You see, this is just such obvious. If you could have done something, there's nothing to be done. But maybe not. Either no sufficiency or a 30-day letter. I don't know. I can't tell. But either way, it's too late. Don't worry about it. But you're out of town, so it doesn't matter. All right?
So if it's too late, that means I have to pay it now, or?
Nope, it doesn't. You can challenge it at the collection or due process hearing, even if it was a notice deficiency, because you're out of town, you did not get it. But again, to see what it is, you got to give me the whole thing, not just part of it. All right? So next week, we can talk it if you want to. Send all of us a one packet. Call, make sure we got it, and we'll talk about it then. All right, Chris?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. Now, let's see. We got one more caller, I think, correct? We have from Eric. No, I think we've done, aren't we? Yeah, okay. We're going to go with that. So let's put that number on the screen. We have questions online. People asking. Let's see what question we have online. Let's see which question I should answer up there, guys. Who should we answer? Let's see. So people make it a little smaller, guys. Agonizer. Peymon, you disappoint me with your stance on citizenship. Not everyone is a U.S. citizen. I don't understand how you can make such a differentiation between state and private citizenship versus federal. Private citizenship, there's a patriot mythology right there. There is no such thing as private citizenship versus public citizenship. That's a baloney concept. Some papers come out, and it sounds good to me, makes sense. It's BS. There is no such thing as a public citizenship versus private citizenship. It's very simple. America is a union, like the European Union. European Union has over 30 countries, including Germany, France, and Italy. Now, does anybody here say Germany and Italy, France are not their own countries? Of course they are. There are states within the European Union, and certain powers was given to the federal union over there. Like there's no more immigration between the states problems. You go through borders. They have common money. For immigration purposes, they're all together. Okay? Just like the federal union is the same way in America. Every state in America is a country. We are not one country. We are 50 countries in a union, plus one agent of the 50 countries is the federal government, agent of the Washington, D.C. government. We're not taught this in the public school system, in government schools. Okay? So that means you and me and George Washington were and still are state citizen and a U.S. citizen at the same time. A citizen of our state and a union at the same time, just like a Frenchman is also a European under the European Union. An Italian is Italian and a citizen of the European Union at the same time. Got it? So I hope that clarifies that issue for you, okay? And, all right, now he responds saying, 14th Amendment states we are citizens, U.S. citizens, and citizens of the several states, okay? George Washington was never a U.S. citizen. Why can't I have the same classification of George Washington or Abraham Lincoln? Wrong. You are incorrect. George Washington was a U.S. citizen, just like you and me. I just said that. But he was also citizen of the state country of Virginia. We have dual citizenship. Citizenship of our country and citizenship of our union. That's what it is. Okay? Now he says, can I be a citizen of the several states without being a U.S. citizen? No. 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 Just like Lincoln and George Washington, you are a state and U.S. citizen. Washington was a Virginian and a U.S. citizen. Jackson was from South Carolina and a U.S. citizen. Okay? We have dual citizenship. Well, that's all that is. Just like French, Germany, Italy. Now, I'm not going to go over this again, okay, because I covered it. It's pretty simple. You know, again, this is what I'm talking about, folks. Do not treat this like religion. Just because you believed in it for a long time, a month or 5 years, when you see the right thing, don't let it go. I just show you basic logic, basic facts. Okay? And you just want to reject it because you believe in it like religion, it's your choice. But I'm not arguing religion with people. I don't. I learned that a long time ago. It's a waste of time. Okay? So but if you want to do it, go ahead. All right? So, all right, I'll go. I got a good person. He's thanking me for clarifying my position, okay, and the differences between state. But several courts have differentiated between state and federal U.S. citizenship. Yes, that is right. For example, in Downs versus Bidwell in 1901, they had a tax from Puerto Rico to the 50 states. And Puerto Ricans are only citizens of D.C., not state citizens. That's right. So Puerto Rico or British Island, those places are U.S. citizens but not state citizens. Now, American Samoans are not U.S. citizens either. They're only American nationals. Okay? All right. Let's go. Do you have any more people with questions right now? Let's put the number on the screen before I go to Susan's question here. Susan got a question. A CPA in Missouri. The number to call is 424-552-1299, and then press 1 on your telephone keypad. The number again is 424-552-1299, and press 1. I'm going to go over right now Susan's question from Missouri. And she says, Peymon, you're interviewed several times. I've not taken the time in the past to investigate the claims, but I recently have done so. Congratulations. I found that the tax laws appear to have been written intentionally to deceive. Yes, I agree. Specifically regarding the U.S. citizen definition. Yes, I'm interested in learning more. I've been through much of the website at least once and plan to review it again. Good for you. I have reached out via telephone with a few questions. I spoke with George. He was extremely nice and advised me to reach out, for questions he could not answer. Very good. I'm happy to do so. Okay. I own a small CPA firm, and here are the few questions. Please confirm that your research has determined that S corps and partnerships and C corps formed in the 50 states are not required to file federal tax returns. If so, would you advise just to abruptly drop filing if they have filed in the past? Okay. And the two more related questions. Let's go to my screen. We'll look up the law right now. Okay. 26 space USC space 7701. Section we're looking for, space US code.house.gov. Okay, that's the official website of the House of Representatives lawyers. Here it is. Let's click on that. Here it is from Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code. Okay. Definitions, Section 7701 when used in its Title 26. Now, let's first look at the word domestic. Okay? Domestic means, when applied to a corporation, means created, organized in the United States or under the laws of the United States or of any states. Okay? So, all right. So what does the United States mean or states? As you well know, the United States, you go down, mean only the District of Columbia. None of the 50 states are included in the definition of state or United States. States is District of Columbia, United States is D.C., and plus states, which is also D.C. again, so it's only D.C. Now, another way you can know this thing is to go by and read the term United States person, which is also further defined earlier. If you go down on this thing, you see the word United States person is also defined. Here we go. Section 7701A 30. Okay? United States person. The term United States person means a citizen or resident of the United States, which is District of Columbia. a citizen or resident of the District of Columbia is a United States person, but also could be domestic partnership or domestic corporation, which is domestic to the District of Columbia. If you have a partnership or a corporation or limited liability corporation, if it's created in D.C., on the laws of D.C., then it is a D.C. corporation, okay? And also an estate, okay, any trust if a court within the United States is able to exercise primary supervision over the administration of the court, and here's a key part, one or more United States persons, the ones you saw above, have the authority to control all substantial decisions of this trust. That's also a key term if it's a trust. So LLCs, yes, they can still be stopped. Just stop filing any frauds with the IRS. Corporation, S Corp, it doesn't matter from the 50 states. It is not a DC corporation, S Corp, or partnership at all to begin with. Okay? Now, let's see. She also asked, what if a pass-through entity, an S Corp or partnership, already filed a 2024 and issued K1 partnership distribution of income reports to the owners with income? Would you still advise not to file federally for the owners? Okay, yes, because that is no different than your employer wrongfully sending you a W-2 form. That's not for you, anybody from the 50 states. Same here. The S Corp or regular C Corp erroneously sent that K-1 to the IRS. Okay, so, okay, just ignore it. The W-2 we ignore, the 1099, the third party send the IRS we ignore, and same here we ignore as well here. Okay, the K-1 that was sent out to the IRS, it doesn't matter. Also, I understand from your videos that we are still required to file here in Mississippi. Yes, it has a independent of the federal tax system, correct. And elimination of the income tax in Mississippi will take years, unfortunately, yes. You're right about that. It is what it is. What if an extension was already filed for 2024 for an individual? Great. Extensions are completely harmless. They don't matter at all. Okay? In fact, your neighbor can file for an extension for you. Nobody signs it. It's just the honor system. But, well, I need more time. And the IRS says, fine, we'll give you more time anyways. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. As long as you file, we're happy with you. Be a slave. That's okay. Wait a few months later, by October 15th, but be a slave and file. Be a slave and file 1040, rope around your neck, give it to the IRS. As long as you do it, that's what matters the most. So that's how that goes. So hope that helps you, Susan. Okay. With that, let's see if you have any more questions, guys. I don't think you have any more questions. How about online? Any more questions online, anybody? We should address too? Yeah, we do have a question. The guy's telling me. Okay, good. Let's see who the question from. Let's see. Let's see. Let's name the person that's the question. Make it a little smaller, perhaps. Okay. From Joe. Is that the one from Joe? Okay. Joe says, I've responded every time I ask simply to whom do I send debt, asking them for a bill of receipt or list of damages, and also to speak with a man or woman because I don't know a Mr. or Mrs. IRS. Well, Joe, that was all unnecessary, and it doesn't matter. You never owed them a debt to begin with. So just let it go. Okay? Just let it go. You're fine. Okay? You don't need to keep engaging them. Okay? Now, Alan Paul says, where does that say in law? the dual citizenship, from my understanding, you do not serve two masters. Okay? And it says dual citizenship. Where does it say that in law? Let's clarify something. Alan, you are not a slave. You do not have a master to begin with, Alan. You are born free. The Declaration of Independence recognized that. The common sense that you're born free by God, given all your God-given rights at birth. And the U.S. Constitution didn't change that. All it did was create an agent of the states, federal government, to perform 18 specific functions or powers on behalf of the states, namely common defense against England trying to take the states back as its slaves, common money, common immigration rules, common bankruptcy rules, and so forth. 18 of these specific powers. Okay? You're not a slave at all. Okay? So you don't have no masters. So you don't need to be a slave of one or two masters. Okay? You are free. You're just a citizen of federal and state government at the same time. Okay? Now, someone says cruising for Christ garage says so LLC should not file. That's right. Your LLC, your corporation, your trust, partnership does not file anything with the federal government unless it is created in or under the laws of the District of Columbia. Right there it is. You see it first of United States person, right? A domestic partnership is a DC partnership. A domestic corporation is a DC corporation. Okay? All this, folks, remember, was hidden in the law books in the Internal Revenue Code. Yes. All this gobbledygook of confusion. They didn't put the definition in the front for you to see. Yes, they hid it in the back. So you never look for it, and your CPA is ignorant. Your accountant is ignorant. Even your tax attorney was never taught this stuff in law school, never looked at it. I teach attorneys and CPAs about this stuff all the time. They call me, attorneys, CPAs, accountants, Peymon, I never do this stuff. So, well, there it is, read it for yourself. It's plain English. Okay? Sorry. It takes an immigrant from Iran who reads English to tell you his attorneys about that, but it's English. You can read English, you can know law, just like this immigrant from Iran. Okay, you don't have to be an attorney, member of the bar. Ooh, go to law school, get a Juris Doctor. Oh, no, I know law. I've got a piece of paper. This piece of paper says I'm smarter than you. Nonsense. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I thank y'all for being with me. I love you all, and I wish you all freedom. Remember, seek the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So seek the truth, folks. It is available to you for free at freedomlawschool.org, our website. I can put it out there, but I cannot have you be free. I cannot make you free. The power resides in you at the end to choose. Whenever you drive to and from work or shopping and errands, put your smartphone up on your car, or you connect it, play our videos, step 1 through 7, and educate yourself. At lunch or dinner, play it again this time. Watch it, not just listen, and verify the truthful of everything I say for yourself from U.S. government's official legal websites. And everything can fall in place. Just like me, you'll be free with confidence, happiness, and joy, prosperous. And remember, love other people. Love your family members, your spouse, your children, brothers, sisters, parents. Right? Share the information with them. Give them a chance to be free. Your best friend, who is that? Your good friends, who is that? Give them our website. Give them our 10-minute video in the front to watch or listen to as they drive around. Okay? It's up to you to love them. Give them a chance to be free. And your co-workers. Take our brochures, pass them out to your coworkers, friends, everybody in your business. And with that, folks, we have you be free, your family be free, and together we can join hands and restore freedom in America, and America be a free country once again.